Okay, first off, I'm blaming all the celebs that are promoting guys running around America and shooting it up. We just had a shooting this morning, and I hit it initially, but then I got some further information and I went down a rabbit hole, and I think I found out who they are. And allegedly, it's a female. And this family, if it's the one I'm looking at, oh, just wait for it. I'm not going to put anything out because the media hasn't, so, but I'm telling you, I can't wait. I was like, this one's really bad. But this is a secondary story, which is basically, the violence of men. But I really love this one because it's a football coach. And I keep talking about how the football, they really need to be hit up, you know what I mean? So he started saying some sexually derogatory things about the mom, allegedly. I don't know. The son was like, you need to stop talking about my mom. Okay, everybody in here, base conduct, okay, is like, what the hell? You don't want to see some little 11-year-old kids getting, beat up by monster daddies. Okay, this is part of the problem, the violence thing, and nobody should be promoting it. And Gen X is totally going to promote it. The teacher is probably a Gen X guy. I was like looking at it and I'm like, oh no. So let's listen to this little thing on the news here for a second.
I'm Mike Seelam. Don Baker has the night off. Tonight, a shocking video of a teacher throwing a student across the classroom at Duren Middle School in Savannah. Our Madeline Bierster spoke with the
let me interrupt again. Okay, you know how they keep saying, oh, we need to remove phones from the kids? I'm like, no, that's your safety, man. Because what if they didn't tape it? What if they couldn't tape it? They're going to be like, where's the evidence?
Mother of that student who is asking for accountability from the school district.
Disturbing video that Duren Middle School mother Chanel Russell received Friday.
I was like, you wonder why everybody's all violent up in the house here. I was like, this one is crazy. I've never seen a teacher do that. We had a teacher continually take a ruler, though, and try to scare everybody and break it across the table and threaten, like they threaten to use these things, but none of this.
Afternoon, she got a call about what happened between her 6th grade son, TJ, and the football coach who was in charge of the classroom.
Football coach. That was football coach. What is a football coach doing here?
That day, that teacher was identified as Betrayal Elder.
I was told that he had a share of words that were inappropriate to TJ.
Well, if he's talking derogatory about women in a classroom of young boys, he should be fired automatically. I mean, this has been going on forever, and I'm calling it out from everyone. And then you wonder why they treat us really bad.
And that he had, made some remarks about me, and my son was unhappy with it. So my son then went to the front of the classroom to approach the teacher, letting him know, hey, stop talking about my mom. The teacher then came closer to my son. My son again said,
well, it looked like they both kind of, like he went up to the teacher and then the teacher just probably told him to get out of his face because it showed like this quick thing. But then the teacher like threw him.
Stop talking about my mom. And also wanted to, call someone to call my mom. From that point, he was then grabbed and thrown to the floor.
The comments, according to this student, were sexual in nature. Russell says she's never met this teacher before and is appalled a teacher would say anything like this to her son.
I just feel like they failed me. They let me down. It is hard.
You're shocked about it? We shouldn't expect it, but I expect it mostly the football guys. Yeah, no, they've been going on like this the whole time. Yeah, so, I don't know. That's her version of the story, but it wouldn't surprise me none because it's a football guy. It's a football guy. I keep saying it's the NFL that's like, you know what? We'll keep all these like terrible men that, are targeting kids and adult women and doing all this crazy conduct. It's not a big deal. We're here for money, 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 money. Oh, we should just ignore it. Mostly at a school, right? Just ignore that. It's like he's a good teacher. You should ignore that, you guys. Yeah, so that's what's making the news right now.
Breaking. It causes a lack of trust in the school system.
As that video continues, that teacher can be seen standing over and straddling the student after throwing him down.
He then grabbed Travius and shoved him out of the classroom. It was witnessed by the assistant principal that he was thrown out of the classroom aggressively again.
They went to the ER that night. TJ now has a concussion and multiple bruises. He's frightened to go back to school. School told Russell that the teacher has been, quote, removed and placed elsewhere until the investigation is complete.
I really feel like he don't need to be placed anywhere else. He needs to be placed in jail. He hurt my boy. I wouldn't do that to my child.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. Even if they were having a thing like that, if he was like on his body, that guy could have just literally picked him up and put him outside. I was like, I don't know. He could have called for, assistance if the guy was being violent. The kid was being violent, but he literally just picked him up. Like he's at a 21 and over bar. We have a drunk guy here that's being aggressive. We need to pick him up by the hair and throw him outside.
Father wouldn't do that to him. So for him to take initiative to do that, it's sickening. What are you going through at home? Are you beating on your children? Are you beating on your wife?
Yep. Yeah, that's a good question, Mom. I honestly never seen a teacher do that. The schools where there was some creepy stuff was the Christian schools. And they didn't get busted back then because my parents didn't report it to authorities. They should have reported it to authorities. But you know what? Back then, getting to kids' behinds was like an A-OK thing. Shoving bars of soap down their throat was an A-OK thing. So he's coming from that time period, and he probably did get like the living nightmare beat out of him by his mom. But that could also be teed off from just general, some other health issues, and they're just taking out all their crap on everybody like that. We're talking about chucking the cheeseburger. I mean, it was there's a lot in that story. Like chucking I'm not happy about chucking the cheeseburger, but the cheeseburger story kind of represents that issue. And then take that and, triple it tenfold or whatever, with how these guys are acting. Nobody saw a problem with it. Kids were throwing cheeseburgers and all kinds of crap at us in junior high. So they were already having this conduct, though. They're already doing the conduct. It's like they're doing the conduct in school, but they're doing the conduct in school because somebody at home more than likely is doing that conduct to them, somewhere around that. So it's just sort of this, like, thing. And then they didn't stop it. And then they're just like, eh. And then now they're teachers, and now they're just throwing humans, not cheeseburgers. So yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot in it, you guys. And seeing a female shooting up the place is like my worst fear. Because I'm saying what's happening, you don't want to see that if it's a person I'm looking at, I don't believe it's a transgender. I know people are like being suspicious of that. I do not believe so. From what I looked at, no. It's a different issue. And you'll probably go, if it's them, you'll go, oh, it's insane. There's a photo. It's insane. Like, if it is. That's why I don't want to put it out here, because if I do, well, number one, they didn't release it. But two, if I do, and then what if I got the wrong family? I have a problem with this family that I ran across. Like, this is the thing. The age thing is a little on the question. Yeah, there was something with this. So I was like, please tell me that's not it. Yeah, but even if it wasn't, that's what I'm saying. There was something wrong with that family. And I was like, yeah, I don't, nobody put any comments on their thing yet. So I must be the only one figuring it out, unless it's not them. I don't know. It's just like, oh my God, hurry up and put it in the news so we could just tackle it. I was like, yeah, no, that's, if you see what happened there, then if it's them and you see what happened, you'll see why it happened. It's kind of that story. It's not what you expect. I was expecting a whole different thing over there. And I was like, what? And I want to point out, I'm the one that titled the other clip wrong. And it was me that I couldn't find it. But I was right on the link that they did remove the original link. So I put the other link. so you can find the documentary. So I put it on the main thing so you could hear that comment from Isaac. Apparently, in the title, I had connected him with Diddy. But I didn't put the link or say how. So I was sitting there going, I don't even remember this. This is in April. I'm like, where's my brain? If I put that, I did link them. It's just that I don't know where. It might have been a photo with them together. It might have been an article talking about something. But since I couldn't figure it out, I just removed it. But yes, apparently they are linked in some way, but I don't know. I was like, usually I'm better than that. Yeah, I'm usually better than that. So I can't figure it out right now. I was like, man, I must have been going through a lot here because I didn't even remember any of those. I titled it a little weird to where no matter what I put in, I couldn't figure it out. Now somebody's looking for another clip, and actually that's how I found it. It doesn't make any sense. I was looking for a different clip, and I can't find that clip. And then I found this clip that I was looking for, and I couldn't find it. Go figure. So it's that particular thing is my doing, except for they did remove the movie. I was like, I don't understand it. There's literally tons of them. There's a lot of the copies. Also, I found out on that documentary, it was, I guess, aired in Canada. I guess it wasn't aired out here. So a lot of people in the US may not have seen it, but I love these documentaries, and they're mostly being released like in the UK and in Canada. But America, no, let's just ignore all that. The person who posted the video of Panda Bear Greens, I was so thrown off by that. I thought they were trying to put the link to the Sally show for the video of it because I put it in the description. But then I clicked on it and it went to a whole different thing. And I'm like, is somebody going to come after me with something? I don't know. It was so weird. I was like, and then it gave this big thank you to, I am assuming me, because I'm the one that did this thing on it. Thank you. How strange you're watching me. And then I remembered that we went, I believe, to the Crest. My friends had me go over there because I would visit chronically, like maybe once a year or two. And then when I came out, this would have been before my 21st birthday. I came out, and that was actually during a time, it was so weird because it's right before we went to Vegas, I think. And I came out, and they took me over there. And then I remember the band Cake. I was like, wait, Cake. Did we see Cake? I think we did see Cake, and my friend liked Cake, and I was like, I didn't really get into Cake or something. And then Cake got signed, and then they got an MTV sort of acknowledgement. And then that was in 2002. I had to go look at this. I'm like, whoa, oh yeah. And then he shows this video, and I'm like, please tell me I'm not in it. I was like, I don't even remember. But when we went, I thought we went to see the band Far or some, I don't even remember. Now I went to this whole thing. I was like, oh, I need a memory jog because I remember showing up at these places, but I don't know who was playing because we're screwing around. A lot of times we're screwing around. Like we'll go to these shows and we're too busy screwing around. Like going, oh my God, you see the guy? Yeah. And so I don't have a strong memory of who we were there for. Oh, that was great. I like skipped through it a little bit. I'm like, I don't approve of the bra thing. I don't know. I was trying to figure this out because I was like, wait, 95. I certainly came out. Okay, so because my friend took how did that go? She took a bus out, but I had just met, I don't know, man. I was like, I came out back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I remember just going to something. They took me, we went to a lot of places. Like when I go visit, it's like, let's go. Yeah. And then one of them was with the other band, the Fives Infernal, where that's related to that rapist. But the rapist isn't in that band. But that's the Sacramento scene. So the music is like night and day from where I ended up at to here. And the music was actually better here in Sacramento than it was in LA. because LA wasn't even, like, they didn't even move forward, okay? It was like they're stuck in like 1980. And then in Sacramento, there's this whole other thing going on. And then, like, today, I think, is it Deftown? I don't know. There's a lot of sounds from Sacramento that are still, going on. But nobody wants to listen to old Motley Crue. And that's kind of what happened, is that LA was like the leftovers of MTV's 1980s glammy heavy metal. So you couldn't come out here and hear that. It's so weird. It's like I should have just stayed back home and did the music. I don't know. I didn't do that type of music, but it's still way better than what was going on out here. Those kids are so good. If I saw them today, I would go pay to see them. They're just talented. I was just, for whatever reason, that particular band didn't get the attention that it should have over Cake or something. But they were like these three young guys, or, a couple of young guys. They're making fun of me because I didn't know the name of the song. Like Cheerios and Pop-Tarts. Because it's the line that's the catch line. That's the hook. I mean, that's what you remember of the song. And it's actually named something else. But I was like, yeah, for years, it was like always this. And also the I Love Ricky Lake. I was like, yeah, we're talking about all these talk shows. Yeah, and it's pretty obscene from these guys. But, is it appropriate with them? I don't know, probably not. But the songs were really catchy, like the music itself. And considering, I remember these songs still today. We're like 30 years past. And I can't tell you one single song from Beyonce. Honest to God. It's like, but that's good songwriting. Even, you might not like the song, but you remember it. You remember it. You just remember it. It's catchy as hell. It was hard to do catchy songs like that. You know how many people try to do that without it sounding... I mean, they're kind of like, not to be taken seriously, but it wasn't on the lines of you're a joke and an embarrassing or cheesy bad. It's like cheesy good in a fun way sort of thing. But I wouldn't even really say, well, yeah, I guess you could say that. It's like not cheesy in a bad way. Like, it's weird hearing somebody write about me, because the way that they wrote about me, it just, I don't know, it just sounded like historical. I don't know, it's weird. I was like, what? And somebody, I don't think I know them unless they know other people that I went to school with. A lot of my friends are the ones that knew everybody else, and I always got dragged along because I'm the ride, okay? So they would know all these other people, and they're like, oh, show up here, go to this house, we're gonna go over here, we're gonna do that. So I'm there, And then I was like, I don't know how they know any of these people. Some of these people know through other people, just that far bullshit. Like that far bullshit. They're singing your name on the song. Shut up. Yeah, they try to tell me that shit, and they go play it for me, and then it totally did sound like it, and it was funny as hell. And I was like, I don't know anything about that. They're the ones that sang that horse song. I think there's a lot of jealous people out here. So if I like another band, they get mad. I'm not even supposed to talk about other bands I like, mostly with guys. If they're guy singers or anything like that, they're gonna get jealous. I can only like female bands, okay? So you're supposed to only listen to me. You can't cheat on my band. It's like this stupid shit, dude. You get the vibe, man. They'll give you the hard vibe. You're listening to who? Like, no. One thing. Celebrities, stop celebrating anybody running around shooting people. 2, a lot of these has to do with home life incidents, of them being raised in some situations, okay? 3, there's going to be enabling parents. There's these things in those things for sure. It isn't just a thing, oh, mental illness. It's like, oh my God, the universe has mental illness. There's a combination of things, and I had been worried about it evolving. Like it will, because as we've seen through time, it just kind of evolves into different things. And this could be, you know, a thing like that. But do not, anybody that you see like trying to celebrate or glorify a shooter, you need to step in and tell them that they need to get their heads checked, because we do have this problem. And they see a person like that sees like the attention the media is giving, and the last thing we need to do is have somebody getting glorified. I just can't believe it. It's just, I'm sitting back going, did anybody learn anything? No. And then seeing I'll tackle it when it comes out. I could say a lot of things right now about it. I want to make sure this is the right people. Okay, so then I could say, so I don't want to say a whole bunch of things that's not even that, and then I have to come back and, you know, do this thing.